more Nintendo news. I love Nintendo, so we can talk about it. This is by Kate Bailey again at IGN. She's doing all sorts of stuff. Thanks, Kate. Switch 2 predicted to arrive in 2024 with a $400 price point. Oh my God, 400. That sounds a little high. And the Switch 2 seems like it's releasing this year, but when and how much? There are some questions on the minds of Nintendo fans. 2024 gets underway. Actually, now it's started to be believed the Switch successor will be out later this year with a price point of $400. Sounds a little expensive. I gotta be honest. I don't know. Offering his predictions of game industry.biz, Dr. Sekran Toto, a Kantan game analysis noted for being a Nintendo expert. Ooh, you can be a Nintendo expert. I wish I was. Says he believes the Switch 2 will be out in 2024. He also affirmed that persistent but unconfirmed rumors that the Switch Pro was indeed in development at one point. Switch Pro, yeah. There's a lot of rumors like, oh man, I get the Pro version of the Switch, but it looks like they might have just said, screw it, we're going to go for Switch 2. And they're like, maybe the OLED. Of course, back at the time, there was a lot of issues with computer chips. You know, you had the sort of height of the crypto stuff, you know, Bitcoin mining, all that stuff where it was super hard to get any sort of video cards, graphics cards. You know, things were just going insane at that time, and that might have affected it, whether they wanted to go with like a Pro or just they had to like kind of like decide, all right, we'll just kind of like go with an upgraded screen and to hold us over. The time is finally here for a Switch successor, even though I can say a Pro model actually did exist, and certain developers are working on the dev kit, Toto wrote. I believe the next hardware will drop next year for $400. There's a high chance game will cost more too, $70? Oh no. Next system will also likely be an iteration rather than a revolution. Well, that's kind of obvious. Switch might add some bells and whistles to the device, but it will be similar to the current Switch. And because there is Pokemon and Pokemon is associated with handheld gaming, there's no way on earth Nintendo will drop the portability feature for their next big thing. And that's kind of interesting. That's been like really one of the selling points of the Switch. They've kind of combined their super successful handheld market. I mean, the Game Boy has kind of dominated handhelds, though I don't know if, you know, the Steam Deck is actually going to be a challenger for that or just kind of like exist in a sort of different area. Kind of like, you know, the way the different consoles do now. But it's been like them being able to have console games, handheld games as well, kind of in the same space, though it almost seems like a lot of the handheld games kind of like gone away. It doesn't seem like you have, you know, those old 2D, you know, quickly play and then put up style games. At least, you know, from their first party stuff, it's mostly been like, hey, the normal console games being released. Though, I guess there is like stuff like Donkey Kong, Mario versus Donkey Kong. We'll see. But to me, it just doesn't seem like they've really focused that much on like the handheld part of the game. Let's see, Ampher Analysis. Pierce Hardin Rolls also weighed in his own prediction, saying that he expects the console market to be up marginally, aided by the launch of Nintendo's next-gen console. More than likely, a Switch 2 roll towards the end of the year. Around Christmas, I'll be asking for a Switch 2 from Santa Claus. But $400, what do you guys think of that? $400 seems high to me. I mean, I'd buy it for sure, even at $400. But like this kind of like buying it for my kid type of thing. I mean, Nintendo has always had like younger gamers, and I mean, some parents today I guess have a lot of money, they'll spend it on their kid. But dang, it does seem like $300 seems like more of a reasonable price point to potentially, you know, get for Christmas. But that is it does seem like a lot. And then $70 for games, that'd be rough, but I could definitely see that happening. Nintendo's never been shy about asking a lot for their first party games. They're very good games, so like I've never been like oh, this is too expensive for me. But at the same time, it's it's gonna be painful, especially if it's especially for the first party games that I want to buy. And then there has been a few like Super Mario Wonder, Super Mario RPG, where like it'd be fun to play, but it's like, do I have a ton of time? And it's $60 right now. I'm like, I don't want to drop the money, but I'm not super in the mood to play that certain type of game. And both the games look fantastic, but if you're busy with other games and you're competing with other games, especially if they're cheaper for your time, not necessarily going to drop that $60, especially not $70. Holy smokes! So Switch 2. Well, hopefully we'll be seeing it towards the end of the year. Maybe by summer we'll have more details. I don't know when the next Treehouse Nintendo Direct will happen, or we'll get it revealed. $400 is too high for kids. Even 300 be high. For adults, it's okay. Yeah, big class laptop costs 400, and I don't know what the price point is for. Let me see. What is the Steam Deck? Steam Deck price. Steam Deck, let's see, it looks like you can get certain things like 400. So you're getting like Valve Steam Deck, you're getting in around that price. So for that 400 price point, you can get it used for under that. But yeah, it looks like Steam Deck 400 plus, like $430. So yeah, they'll be in that price range with Steam. So that's definitely something to consider too. Is it going to be? Are they going to be in direct competition? Because Steam's got a huge selection of games. And I don't know if it's going to be more powerful than the Nintendo Switch, which, I mean, that's never been a big problem especially when they're competing against other games, because they've always got their first party stuff. So, you're always going to buy it for that reason. And then, you might probably get some, nice exclusive games as well. But if you had to choose between the two, Steam Deck, obviously Steam just has a ton of different games, and you cannot beat their selection right now in terms of all the stuff that you can get on it. So that's hard to say. Definitely hard to say how that's going to work out. We'll see. I'm sure it's going to be successful, but maybe the Steam Deck is more of a contender than I thought.